Hey guys, today I want to talk about effectively faking defuses. So faking defuses is something that is pretty much required in your CT side toolkit, and with the addition of the wires, it is a little bit tougher than it used to be, but it's still very much so doable. So first and foremost, when entering a bomb site, you gotta take into consideration the time. Do you even have time to try and fake the defuse, or do you have to act quickly to find that terrorist very fast, kill him, and then defuse it? Or can you just tap it and then try and bait out the peak? So take into consideration how much time you have left. There's about 25 years in Valve matchmaking. I'm just kidding. It's 45 seconds Valve matchmaking and 35 seconds pretty much everywhere else. So just keep that in the back of your mind when entering a bomb site. And secondly, check all your obvious spots. So if you're coming in, you see the bombs planted right here or planted right here, you know that they're probably not going to be in CT because you just came from CT unless they do a sort of flank around from jungle into here for some reason. So check ramp really quickly, check up there, make sure they're not hiding over there, and then you can kind of come in, clear these angles, all the obvious spots. They're not in sandwich, they're not here, and they're not here. So the problem with this bomb plant position and this one to some extent is that they could be in Palace, they could be in Tetris, because you can see it if you just kind of hop down right here, both of those spots, or they could be in ramp. So you have a lot of angles to kind of take into consideration when you're doing that defuse right there, when you're tapping it. So you got a lot of places to look. You can look there, and then kind of hope that they peek the angle that you're looking, or, try and take an aim duel or root them out. So this bomb plant position, obviously, either Palace, Firebox, or CT, but if you came from CT, it's likely going to be Palace. So just take into consideration where the bomb is planted. Of course, right here for over there. Now, secondly, and this kind of annoys the crap out of me when I see it happen, but a lot of times I'll see people tap the bomb and then they'll start running and they'll take like 1 or 2 steps and then they'll look around or they'll run around or like that, and that's just basically instantly going to tell any defending terrorists that, alright, he's obviously not going to be faking the defuse, he just ran around like an elephant. So if you're going to change your position when trying to fake a defuse, hold shift, or crouch if you really want to, but it's probably a lot better to hold shift and then look around, walk around. So don't run like that. And kind of lastly, I'm going to show an example of this where it worked really well in a little bit, but if you have a flash or you have a smoke, you can use them to your advantage. Yeah, you can go for the ninja, you can throw one down and hold it and hope that they don't spray through the smoke and kill you. Pretty common thing to do, but you can also use it to smoke off any positions. Say, if it's planted right there, you can smoke off ramp. And if they are ramp, that's going to force them to either push out of the smoke, giving you the advantage, or is going to force them to kind of just sit back, wait for the smoke, or just spray through the smoke, and that's still going to give away their position. So you can use that to your advantage as well. If you have a flash, you can either kind of stick it and then release it, and hope that when they peek, they hear the flash and they'll be blind, or see the flash and be blinded. Or something else you can do, which is a pretty cool trick that works pretty often, is you can throw a flash but kind of walk around and make it think that you're going for the ninja defuse, and that makes them peek, and then you can either get their position or get the kill. So that's another thing that you can kind of do, and I'm going to show you an example of that really quickly. Okay, so here we have Michael in a 1v2 in OT. The bomb has just started being planted. So right now, Michael knows that there's at least one player planting the bomb behind triple stack there. And here's the full plant now. He was faking it before, so he knows that at least one player is sitting right there. He knows one position, but he doesn't know where the other player is. And I'm sure his team kind of called out that Zipix here was pretty low, so he's trying to spam through the box. He knows he's there, and he has that advantage in his favor. But what he doesn't know is where the other guy is. Now, Kerrigan just gave away his position, so what Michael has to do is try and bait him out a little bit more by faking the defuse, or by going for that aim duel. Now, Michael throws a flash to try and bait him out, but as we can see, Kerrigan is actually changing his position, and so Michael taps the defuse, looks up. Kerrigan doesn't peek. I'm sure Kerrigan heard that from right over there, but he doesn't peek. So Michael holds shift and he walks over towards jungle where he last saw him and sees that Kerrigan is not there anymore. He's not peeking, so he has to be inside of mid, or in connector. So he checks connector, he doesn't see him, he decides to fall back, he jumps, and what he does here is he throws another flash, but watch what he does. He doesn't tap the defuse, he makes it seem like he's going to defuse. Actually, he does tap it, I'm sorry. So he takes the flash out, throws it, that forces Kerrigan to peek, because Kerrigan thinks it's going to be a fake defuse, and he gets the headshot onto Kerrigan, successfully faking that defuse. So that's another kind of awesome little trick that you can do. So hopefully this kind of helped you guys out a little bit. I mean, I know faking a defuse seems like a very basic thing, but you'd be surprised how many times I've seen people kind of tap the bomb and then just start running around. But as always, thank you all very much for watching, and see you next time.